Hi Virgo, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your April 2024 tarot reading. Thank to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, source will be in front of us. It's a Celtic growth spread as always. And also pulled the 4 agreements and wisdom and the oracle card for you guys. But we're actually going to start the reading off my roll nose astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. Alright. We have Mars, and Mars is essentially going to be in Pisces pretty much all of April, and that's actually your opposite sign of relationships, partnerships, contracts. We have 2, and for you guys, second house energy is Libra, and we haven't had that full moon eclipse in there just yet, but it's coming up soon. And of course, the South Node's there as well. And in general, second house points to possession, self-worth, finances. And we have Taurus. So, of course, as we move toward the end of April, we're going to move into Taurus season as well. And we already have Uranus and Jupiter both in Taurus, and they're going to be moving into a conjunction with each other as well in April. And Taurus energy for you guys is your 9th house, philosophy, higher learning, and foreign affairs. All right, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started with the main spread. In the main situation position, you have the 2 of Swords, so we see Libra energy here as well. And then challenging that, we have the High Priestess. So seeing these 2 energies together, I feel like this is saying that you're most likely trying to make a decision right now strictly based on logic, right? If we look at the water in the background and the moon in the background, those are 2 big symbols of emotions, intuition. And to see this come up in the challenge position, could be saying a couple of different things. Could be saying for some of you, you might feel like you're forced to this because you feel like you can't trust your intuition, right? So maybe you've been getting loud messages through your intuition, but you feel like, oh, I don't know if that really adds up, right? But either way, I feel like this is saying that the intuitive side is going to be winning out anyway. Right. In the foundation position, we have the Ace of Swords. So the positive here, seeing this, is to say that, if you really have been doubting your intuition, right, and you keep getting these signs and symbols screaming out to you around how you should handle a situation, but you keep dismissing it like, logically that doesn't seem to make sense. I feel like there could be something that comes through for you guys that will connect those dots in a positive manner this month. All right, in the past position, we have the 3 of Wands. So this is Aries energy here. And to me, this says most likely you were spending some time sitting on the sidelines, right? Maybe waiting for things to come to you, and maybe that's starting to get you to a point of frustration, which is why now you are trying to take some action. But again, maybe feeling like your intuition's leading you astray, so just trying to look at things through a more logical lens. All right, in the present position, we have the Page of Cups. So to me, this says that most likely whatever this is that you have been trying to make a decision on, I feel like you're going to take some action on it this month. And with the thought and the knowing that, okay, excuse me, with the knowing that, yeah, maybe this isn't as developed as I'd like it to be, right? But maybe finally, between the intuitive nudges you've been getting and then something coming through on a more logical front to show you why you should take action on something, you might just finally do it anyway. All right, and in your future position, we have the 3 of Pentacles. So the good news there is whatever this decision is around, for some of you can be finances, others of you can be relationships. Looks like there will be a willingness of those around you to cooperate with you. So if you need someone to collaborate to bring this idea to fruition, looks like you would be met in a positive manner around that. All right. In the position of your influence on the situation, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So that's actually in Taurus, and we just mentioned when Taurus came up with the dice as well. How this is going to be, this Jupiter energy is going to be making a conjunction with Uranus, which is going to be a pretty significant transit for you guys. And given that it is in your 9th house, right, maybe that is going to help you see things from another perspective and make you come to the realization that, okay, yeah, maybe it really is time for me to take action on the situation. All right, in your environment position, we have the 7 of Cups. So to me, this says that, yeah, there could be some confusion in your environment. This actually represents your third house communication too, and it will be Mercury retrograde pretty much for the first few weeks of April. So that could be a factor as well. But I feel like this is saying that, I feel like maybe that's what you struggle with for a while, right? Was, well, what if I put it out there and no one really understands it, right? So for some of you, this could just be more the fear that you've had that might have been holding you back from speaking something. And I feel like this is saying that regardless, for whatever reason, it looks like you're being nudged to put it out there anyway, and then give people time to put the pieces together. I think your reading from last month was something along the lines of your unique path, right? So it could just be one of those things where maybe you made peace with the fact that, all right, well, yeah, maybe everyone won't understand the approach that I'm taking, but at the same time, it's better for me to just have it out there and then at least let people do what they will with that information. All right. In the hopes or fears position, we have the Hierophant position. The Hierophant card. So yeah, to me, this says that for a lot of you, you might just feel like, well, okay, I battled with the feeling that maybe I couldn't trust my intuition, and something finally comes along to put those pieces together for me, and okay, I'm just gonna put it out there, right? And then to me, this says you're probably just hoping that it would be received well, right? And that you really are being led spiritually to do this thing versus, again, something that you made up in your head, right? And in the outcome position, we have the Eight of Wands. So yeah, to me, this looks like this is ultimately going to free things up, cause a lot of movement, right? So if there were feelings of stagnation, especially with that Three of Wands in the past, let's say, it looks like whatever this is that you take action on, it's actually going to cause forward momentum as we get toward the end of the month. All right, and bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Pentacles. So yeah, for some of you, maybe this was a point that you reached, right, where something seemed just out of reach, right? We see how that pentacle is just out of reach of their hand, so you might have felt like you were really close to something, but for whatever reason, there was this blockage that was coming up to you. And again, like I said, maybe whatever signs and synchronicities were coming your way, maybe even visions within your dreams, right? You start to doubt that, like, that doesn't really make sense. So you might have been dismissing that for a while, and then finally you decide, you know what, let me listen to that and see what happens. Like I said, it looks like there could be some confusion, but overall, at least people with a willingness to cooperate, collaborate, to understand, and it looks like it will cause positive forward momentum. All right, moving on to your Four Agreements card, we have Don't Make Assumptions. Let's see if I can get that to you. There we go. It says Eliminate Gossip. Definitely a good reminder for Mercury retrograde, if not 365, right, or 366 this year. But yeah, yes, making assumptions is a setup for suffering because usually we gossip about our assumptions. We make assumptions and believe we are right, then we defend our assumptions and try to make others wrong. So yeah, definitely an interesting message there. I really don't see an energy of gossip or anything underhanded from any party really for you guys this month, but at the very least, given that there is that symbol of confusion around communication for you guys in the environment, right? That's at least something to look out for. So let's say if someone says something to you, just know that maybe you didn't perceive it necessarily clearly, right? So don't necessarily run with that and say, oh, I'm going to talk about what so and so's up to when that might not be the reality. All right. From the Wisdom of the Oracle, we have Chop Wood. There's the artwork, and the number is 42. Let's see what that has to say. Okay, essential meanings. It says being grounded in everyday experience, humility. The Oracle's message. There are times when the big dream is meant to lie dormant in your consciousness so that you can pay attention to the simple chores in your life. Consider why pruning a tree is the forerunner of delighting in the beautiful blooms when it is in full blossom. The mundane act of pulling off dead leaves, watering the soil, and then leaving it be to let nature take its course is an important step in manifestation. Taking your attention away from your goals brings you into a state of receptivity. This is the deeper purpose for releasing attachment. When you engage in everyday tasks in a meditative, contemplative way, you clear your energy to receive your aha moments, which bring you ever closer to what you seek. So yeah, definitely an interesting message there. And then The part about the aha moment made me think of the Ace of Swords that we saw in the foundation, so hopefully that resonated with you guys. Okay, the relationship message says nothing is as important right now as just doing what you need to do day to day. Let your heart remember that not everything has to be hard won, passionate, or even obviously meaningful. Relationships and friendships go through lulls when the everyday tasks are at the center of awareness. That is perfect now. Hold hands, wash dishes, make a fire, read a book, share a meal, say nothing, stare into space, pick up socks, tell a dumb joke, and leave space to breathe. The work of your relationship right now is very simple, just to be present. Funny how it takes work to just be. All is well, really. So yeah, interesting message there, right? Because given that Mars came up in your dice as well, which will be, like we said, in your opposite sign of relationships, maybe that's part of what you're doing, right? Maybe you're overthinking how you show up in your relationship and possibly wanting to overdo it, right? But I feel like this is saying that actually just your presence alone would be enough for this month. Okay, the prosperity message says now is the time to take small steps rather than large leaps on the journey to creating your most prosperous life. Move your focus off your big dream and attend to the mundane chores. Focus on the little things that may have piled up while you've been mapping out the greater plan for the life you aspire to see manifest into reality. Chop wood, carry water, as the Zen proverb advises, or wash dishes, walk the dog. While you're doing all that, Spirit will have a chance to move mountains and set wondrous miracles in motion for you. Remain humble and aware of the present. So definitely an interesting message there, right? Because if maybe you've been hesitant to take a bit more of a hands-off approach too, right? Given that we see the Hierophant there, the High Priestess, it could be saying that as well, where like I said, maybe you just put whatever you need to out there and then just let the wheels go in motion from that point up forward. Like we said, even if it means just giving people time to assimilate what you said and figure out how it fits with them, right? So, hope it resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there and we'll see you all next month. All right, bye.